I've suffered this all my life. That, well, at least ever since I became a conservative, which was in May 1968 in Paris. Yeah. I didn't know. I hadn't a very clear idea of how to articulate it. All I knew was that when I looked down the street and saw all these rowdy students throwing stones at policemen, I just said to myself, whatever they believe, I believe the opposite. Right. And then I didn't know what it was. And then it was a sort of lifetime's work to find out what the opposite is. So, and I, somewhat arrogantly, came to the conclusion that it's, if you start thinking about politics in an intellectual way, you are likely to be on the left. Because that provides a systematic solution, an answer to the questions, puts it all in a system, and also gives you a rather dignified and self-congratulatory place in the system. But once you started thinking, if you think a bit harder and longer about it, you'll move back to what you would have been if you had never thought at all. You know, and that's my view. Is what an intellectual conservative is. It's someone who articulates the real reasons for not having reasons.
If we had a pandemic, wink wink, we could emergency authorize this new mRNA technology.
There was never a vaccine made with mRNA.
Messenger RNA, which we had no previous experience with, none.
The mRNA technology scares me. It's a brand new technology being used.
Not one more shot should be delivered.
It's a tragedy that it was allowed to happen.
It's perceived that there is a gold mine, a huge amount of potential profit to be made with this new technology.
Now, the former director of the CDC and an advisor to Operation Warp Speed has raised concerns about what he sees as potential shortcomings of mRNA vaccines.
The mRNA vaccine, where I use this vaccine, helped develop it. I don't use it anymore in my patients.
He no longer recommends the technology due to potential risks with spike protein production.
I turn your body into a factory, but I have no controls over that factory. Right. I mean, you can make a lot, you can make a little, and you can make it for a week, you can make it for 6 months. I don't think it's unreasonable to go re-examine the safety of what we know about these vaccines.
Thousands of doctors and scientists are calling for a halt to mRNA vaccines. For years, a growing number of prominent experts have been investigating what they believe could be serious potential harms linked to these vaccines.
And again, we've got good quality observational data showing increase in heart attacks and cardiac arrest in people aged between 16 and 40, so younger people, which was associated with the vaccine and not with COVID. That's from Israel.
Having some of the brightest minds from around the world come together.
Get injured and then you sue your...
This is a group of highly competent professionals that are seeking to obtain answers.
Robert Malone, one of the inventors of mRNA technology, voices his concerns about the safety of mRNA vaccines.
The evidence about the adverse events from the vaccines is unequivocal. It is absolutely overwhelming. These adverse events clearly include myocarditis and a number of other things, including in particular clotting disorders. But we're just still learning about many of the long-term adverse events.
Robert Malone's website lists nearly 800 papers on mRNA vaccine side effects.
If you haven't yet detoxed from the vaccine, now is the time to act. Lingering spike proteins and graphene oxide can be very dangerous to your body over time, triggering chronic inflammation, blood clots, immune system dysfunction, organ damage. And the spike protein will also attack and destroy your endocrine system, which can cause changes in your mood, as our endocrine systems are what makes our hormones. And this will directly affect our moods. So if you're going to choose one of the professional detoxes I've tried and recommend, then you will have two choices. Either for you living in the US or Canada, which will be the top link, or for those living in the rest of the world will be the link at the bottom. This will ensure that you get the lowest cost shipping possible. And most importantly, be you.
We won World War I, and we won World War II, not with the Department of Defense, but with a War Department.
We're focusing our military on its core mission, crushing America's adversaries.
We're in the business of war fighting.
In 1789, America called things as they were. The military arm of the new republic was named the Department of War. Its mission, simple: win. Protect the nation by projecting strength. And for more than a century and a half, it did exactly that. From the War of 1812 to the Civil War, from the Spanish-American War to victory in World War I and World War II. But in 1947, politicians thought the word war sounded too harsh for a new era of global diplomacy. They split the old War Department into the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. And in 1949, under Harry Truman, Congress gave it a softer name, the Department of Defense. A rebrand, not a transformation. Because America didn't stop fighting. Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, call it defense all you want. The mission was still war. And that's the point. Defense may sound noble, but victory requires offense. Power is projected forward, not by hiding behind euphemisms. Because the truth is, they only change the name, not the reality. My friends, we are all anonymous, and we believe power speaks loudest when it is honest.
Welcome to the year 2055, where the AI server farms are draining water. Water is no longer our right, it's a product. You don't fetch water, you scan for it. Drinking water became more expensive because of the unavailability. Hidden near these dried rivers stand monstrous AI server farms, pulling millions of liters daily just to cool machines that generate our data. In the slums, people burn plastic waste to boil drain water just to survive. A smart water ATM scans your face to decide if you deserve water today. If access denied, try again tomorrow. In metros, vending machines sell bottled water. It's not thirst anymore, it's survival. And somewhere, a child drinks the last drop from a crumpled bottle, not knowing when he'll taste water again. And if we don't act now, the next tech upgrade might cost us our last river. Save water and regulate the tech.